this special episode of Magic TV. This is not Craig Petty, this is me, Alon. You might know me, you might not. But this episode is going to be an incredible episode. This is such an incredible opportunity for you guys to learn about Magic communities. Now, I'm Alon. I'm a young 16-year-old content creator, magician, and community builder. And today you'll find out a little bit about me. But I'd like to say a massive, massive thank you to one person in particular. And you guys know who it is. It's obviously Craig. Craig Petty is one of the most incredible magicians ever. He's one of the really only people that has ever taken such a huge chance on me and my community and what I've actually got to give in this incredible Magic community. So Craig Petty, thank you so much for you and your incredible team. Thanks Chris James for having this interview, for letting me do this, and you guys are going to hear some incredible things about communities and what I believe genuinely is the key formulas for building and running and being part of an incredible Magic community. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Stay tuned, and thank you so much, Craig. You are an incredible person.
Hello, my name is Chris James, and I am here with the Netrix Discord on behalf of Magic TV with Magic Alon. Now,
hello.
Now, you might not know about him. You might know about him, but that's the whole point of today. I want to sit down, and I want Alon to discuss what he's doing, because I think it's awesome. We all discuss the Magic community and the negatives, and you don't really hear about the positives, but what he's doing is super positive, and he has a great following of people. I know there's a lot of stuff that you do, and I want to act like I don't know anything about it. That way we can inform, because I don't know a lot about it, and I want you to inform everyone what you're doing exactly. That way, if there's somebody watching it and they want to join, they can learn how to join. So that's where we're going to start. I think you're 14, you said?
16.
16. At 16, the stuff that you're doing is incredible. So everybody, let's welcome Magic Alon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris. In fact, you actually mentioned 14. I started my community at 14, which is actually pretty crazy when you think about it. Because when you think of someone starting any community, right, in any niche, 14 years old is not what people expect. And it's kind of what I like to tell people. And, when people first meet me and you're probably wondering, and now you're watching this and you're like, okay, well, he started a community at 14, a Magic community. Now he's 16. What can this guy offer? And I'll tell you as we talk about, the things I do and why I do it. But in reality, when you have someone that's quite young starting a Magic community, it brings in a whole fresh aspect, like a whole different perspective to things. And we'll talk about that and everything in specific. But Chris, I'm so happy to be here. Magic TV viewers, I'm so happy to be here. Everyone who's here live, hello people. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm generally so excited for whatever this incredible interview brings. So thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm excited too, man. And I asked Craig, we don't usually do this for the Netrix Discord. These interviews that we do so many different interviews with so many different people, Q&As. Sometimes we don't even talk about magic, When Ben Harris, totally. We talked about UFOs. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. But that's the whole point of these. But this one was important to get on Magic TV. I called up Craig. I said, Craig, can we get this on Magic TV? And he knew, he knows you guys. He immediately was like, anything. Whatever you need, let's do it.
Wow.
So that shows how much Craig believes in this. And I know that's huge for you. But
Thanks.
I'm excited for that. So let's start out with the Magic Alon Society. What is it? I know you have a trailer, but before we do that, I just want to...
Totally.
Yeah, if I asked you, hey man, I'm new into Magic. I'm 16, I want to do it. I'm 26, I want to do it. Tell us.
No, that is, it's interesting because first of all, for everybody watching, my community is called the Magic Alon Society, and it's incredible. But just before I talk about it, you mentioned Craig, obviously, I appreciate this so much and the opportunity I have. But I remember meeting Craig in real life for the first time, and that was in Blackpool last year. And, I went to him. It was meeting. He's a really huge aspect. And Craig plays a huge role in this community. And I'll say why. He never really helped. But, why I've done it, he's a huge inspiration. And I came to him in Blackpool and I told him everything. I told him about what I did. And I just saw his reaction. And then I went around to other people. And every person I told, they were like, wow, that's special. Now, I'll tell you what is special.
Mhm.
There's a lot of Magic communities in
Yep.
Magic. But the real question is, what is a Magic community? Do you know what it is, Chris? What is a community actually in itself? Because lots of
Yeah.
people, they ask me, okay, is a Facebook group count as a community? Me
No.
personally, I can say no. I have a whole reasoning why it's no. We could talk about why. But you can make it a community. There's things that make something a community. It doesn't
Yep.
matter what platform you use. You can use Facebook. You can use our platform called Nas.io. You can use Discord. It really doesn't matter. The Netrix is a community. It
Hmm.
100% is because it fits the categories of what a community is. And my
Yeah.
categories for a community are very simple. You need a group of people,
Hmm.
obviously, but they all need to share that passion.
Hmm.
But they all need to share that passion in a certain way that everyone has a good time. What does that mean? For me, the most important thing in a community, number one, nothing, I will debate this for that, however long I have to. It's loyalty in the community. If people like actually trust each other, they know each other,
Hmm.
everyone is in the community. At the end of the day, everyone's in the community for the same reason. In our case, right, it's magic, right? And
Hmm.
either you love magic, maybe you love creating, maybe you just enjoy watching magic and you starting getting into magic, you need a place. There's so many ways and reasons why you would be in a community. But the number one thing that I find important is giving that people that welcoming state. They
Yeah.
join and they feel welcome. That's the most successful magic communities. They have that.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is you have to be active because I just did a lecture recently, and I'll talk about this too. That in Israel, I just did a lecture in Israel about in August, in front of 200 magicians in the Israeli Magic Society, and the whole theme was the
Wow.
power of communities. The power of communities. That
Hmm.
was literally the title of the lecture, and I talked about what makes a community itself. And I talked about this point where lots of magic communities they start off and eventually they die. And what does that mean? And I took Craig has a video on this, by the way, if you need to check it out, guys, on Magic TV, and it inspired me to make my own one on my channel all about why magic communities die. And what that means is it falls under lots of categories. Sometimes they die because, they create a community, they get a bunch of members to join, and then they start
Hmm.
hosting events constantly, like every week. But
Yeah.
then after a month, their events start to go like once a month. And then
They could
after
die
like a
down.
few
Yeah.
months, it's like once every 6 months, then it's once a year, and then eventually it just fades away. It could be a lack of people, maybe they rush it, maybe members forget about the community. You always have to maintain that level of activity. You always have to give members, that ability. Why are they there? What is the reason you want them there?
Hmm.
And my
Yeah.
goal is always showing people, right, that we're here for you. It's why, we also have a server, which I'll talk about on Discord, that we show people that they need to feel welcome. If they have a concern, they have a thing they have in magic that they're working on, whatever, they go there because they need to feel welcome. And that's the
Yeah.
problem that lots of magic communities lack, is that they don't make their members aware that, of what the
Yeah.
community is, etc. And it just dies off. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the basis of what I believe a community should be.
I agree.
Hopefully,
I agree. I think
yeah.
that's whatever. I think you can call yourself, we can start a Facebook group right now, get a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
people to join and say that's a community, but it's not,
It's not.
because um I think with the Netrix Discord community, and that's why I approached Craig with it, is I knew there was a Netrix community, but there was no way for anyone to interact with each other.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
we were like, Discord, perfect, let's interact. And
Mm-hmm.
we do contests, we do these Q&As.
Exactly.
There's other stuff in the future, and I know how hard it is to keep it going. um it's really hard.
Yeah. It
um
is. It is. It is.
you don't want to, like, when I started it, I did, like, I was doing Q&As like every 3 days, but I realized I can't do that. I can't
Mm-hmm.
do that. I need to, space it out a little bit. But yeah, the community, and I think you hit on the biggest thing, and that's that trust. I
Yeah.
want it to be like, and I know you want it to be like, where if somebody comes up and has a card trick and they say,
Yeah.
here, I got to show you this card, that there isn't going to be people in there that are tearing it apart. It'd be constructive criticism to where that person
100%.
is going to be
100%.
afraid to ever show card tricks again. You don't want that. So I think that's important. But yeah, I just that's why I'm so excited about your community and what you do, because I don't know how you do it, dude, to be honest with you. I see the events and all that, and I'm like, holy crap. I see the lecture names. It's just insane. At
Thank you.
14, dude, at 14, I couldn't even tell you. I think I was worried about going to the store and getting like Sour Patch Kids, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like that was it. But
Yeah.
so Magic Alien Society, if I'm that's one thing I want to discuss. Is it just for younger people, or do you have for older people? If I'm 14 and I want to join right now, what do I do?
Brilliant question. And I think that's a really good way to start off like what the actual community is, because there's lots of aspects in this community. We have like kind of, we have a chat platform, we have events, and then we have content. Those are the kind of free building blocks of our community and what I believe every community should have. And on top of that, you have the trust and loyalty, because that's the things that keep the community actually alive. So 100%, 100%, we love it when we see younger people. And the reason is because I'm 16, right? Of course, I love it personally as the founder and owner to see people my age join. It gives me this sense of like, wow, people, I'm giving other people my age who are like kind of the next generation of Magic that, you need to keep them alive. But without a doubt, it's for everyone. And I can show you a few facts right now, a few statistics of our community, but we have all ages. And I will say that we focus with young magicians a lot because we want to help them feel welcome. I feel like older magicians, unless they're beginners, because there are some older magicians that just start, but lots of them, they either have experience or they're more like, mature, etc. But young kids, younger magicians actually, right? From, I don't know, let's just say up to 18, they sometimes don't know like what does it mean to belong. Some people that young magicians, they just join a community or they get into Magic, not a community, and then they don't know where to go. They don't know what to, so then they leave Magic and then they miss out. So my goal is to really inspire them that, you're going down the right path. Let me help you do this. But without a doubt, we have all ages between like 10 years old. Maybe I think our youngest member is like 8 till like much older, 50, 60, all ages. And we generally do like, and I see it, I can see how many people attend, and it's really, really nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
I can actually show you this. This is a little interesting fact on the fact of ages when it comes to like, what's the word? Keeping members varied all across the world. We are an incredibly international community, and that is something most community, I know the Netrix has too, and all of them, but what I find important is really to show people that they're welcome. And I said this earlier, right? So showing them that, all ages are welcome, but also wherever you are in the world. Which is why, and because of us showing people, and we like, how do we show them? We like whenever we promote the community, we always like the first thing I talk about is how loyal we are, because that is evidence that they should join. You want to join a loyal community, and I tell them, all ages welcome, all countries welcome, and at the moment we are a 52, which is an ironic number. I think that's a really nice number. 52 countries.
Wow.
That's a statistic of our community. 52 countries, which is a nice number.
Wow.
Let's keep it that way and more. And 52 countries is a lot. And it's not only a lot because I could consider us as a large community, but I can also consider us as a smaller community. It depends what you consider the size. But again, for me, it's about how many people engage, like the engagement rate, right? And we are currently, at the time of this interview, at 499 members, which again is so ironic. We're one member away from 500. So for 500 people, 50 countries, 52
well,
countries.
You know what? I think it's important. It doesn't matter if you have 5,000 or 500, or as long as you keep that. I feel like it's important to make it feel like it isn't so big that people are lost in the community, right? And it's important to, like, in the Netrix, for me, it's important to not have cliques, to not have like this person always speaks, so this person can't speak up. I want everybody to be heard on an equal level. I don't want anybody to be afraid to show a magic trick. And that's the important things for me in a community. Now, you're super fancy with all your stuff on the screen. Like, I don't even know if Craig knows how to do any of that stuff. But can we put up your magic, your Instagram handle for people? Because there's a lot of good info on the Instagram.
Yeah, let's just do that really quickly. I didn't have that prepared, so I'll just type it out right now.
You're kind of like
We
blowing my mind with all the stuff you're doing here on the screen.
the tech, we
Guys, he
actually
came in and had
just
like this whole setup.
we just released a course actually explaining how to do all of this. So
So
if
there
you
you go.
if
Like this is something you can
there you
learn
go.
there, right? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. No,
So
exactly.
that's
We're teaching
Instagram.
this. Yeah, because that's another thing. The reason I made this course is because lots of people approach me about events, and we'll talk about events later because that is actually, in my opinion, I'm proud of this community a lot in many aspects. But our events, I think, are extremely special compared to other communities, and I think other communities can reflect upon our
Yeah.
events and just, I mean, I'm not, I as you see right now, tech wise and quality wise, we're great, but even just how we deliver events, we have just these systems that we put in place to make sure everything runs smoothly, and I think lots of communities can learn from that. So I will
Yeah.
talk about that later. But yeah, that's my Instagram. You can message me about any questions you have after on later on too. But thanks, Chris, for that.
Yeah, yeah. And is there a website or something? Because I know there's gonna be people
On
watching that are gonna want to
ta-da!
join. There you go.
There you go.
So
So
you can
that
go
is
there
the website.
now and sign up and join, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I think it kind of good transition into it right now. I can wait, I'll keep you up. I'll just take away this text. I can show people the website. And we
Yeah.
can, if you want, we can actually go through the separate things in the community. And I'll actually describe them before I show them. So I mentioned these earlier. So I said we have chat,
Yep.
events, and content. And
Yep.
the Netrix has that too, right? You guys have the
Yep.
Discord, you have
Yep.
events, and you have the
Yep.
content. The Netrix has a lot of content. See,
Yeah.
that shows a successful community. And I see that
Yeah.
because I've seen a lot of communities before I even created my community. And we'll talk about, I think I'll tell you about the history behind my community if you want. Now,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah. For
actually do
sure.
that now if you're interested, why I created it and when I created it, because this kind of can help people understand what I did, why did I do it at 16, and there's a really
Hmm.
specific reason why I created this community, and I'll put the link down just so it doesn't destroy our eyes with the moving.
Hmm.
But I started the community at 14. I mentioned that earlier, but the reason I started it as a younger person is because I think I've been in Magic for around 5 or 6 years. It's not too long, but I'm also quite young. So I started towards, being 10 years old, 11 years old, something like that. And at that age, when I started getting into Magic, I genuinely, and I know, lots of people, they start getting into Magic, they learn their first tricks of YouTube, blah, 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 all this stuff. Magic kid, there's all this stereotypical stuff. Then there's some people that have other ways into getting into Magic. I got into
Hmm.
Magic, I think, because of shows like America's Got Talent. I had a
Hmm.
magician friend who also inspired me, lots of ways. But when I got into Magic, I had no clue what to do. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking only about like what tricks to learn or how to perform. I mean, I had no idea that there was a world of magicians. I generally, like, I thought, I know there's magicians in the
Same.
world, but
Same
maybe
here.
maybe like 10 magicians in the entire world or something. Like when I was young, I was like, I had no idea that there's massive world of magic.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me, right? I was like,
Yeah.
there's fashion, there's cooks, there's all these other millions of niches, right? Niches
Yeah.
like the industry, right? If you don't know. And magic, who knew that it's not a huge niche, it's a really small niche when you think about it compared to the world, but it's such a unique one. There's
Hmm.
no niche like magic in compared to all the arts, but it
No.
takes you time, right? It took me, I think, maybe 2 3 years to actually find and get to know some magicians. I might have not even known about conventions, all these
That's true.
servers. I think it took me Instagram where I first found some magicians, started talking. It's hard. So the really idea was, I was like, okay, I can't find a place. Like, help me. I don't know where to begin. And it took, until I became 14 years old, it took me like to my mindset to change. Well, if I can't find a place for magicians, why don't I start my own place for magicians?
Yeah.
That was my simple thinking in reality, because I couldn't find a place. Let me start a place. Instead of I search for magicians, they find me. And how I promote myself, there's a whole lot of ways, but let's say if they find me and see if it goes well. Let's see if it goes well. So I start the community. It's got its first 2 years, and it goes incredibly successful. It goes
Yeah.
incredibly successful. Lots of people join. They find out now we're 500, and that's when everything started. And that's where I don't think, and it's weird, right, when I say this, but I don't think, because I do perform, not as much as I do, but whenever I perform, I genuinely mean it, but I wouldn't be there if I didn't have a community. And this is not only my community, because before that, I also found a few other communities, which were okay. But without the magic community, you can't really advance anywhere. You can't, like, there's just
It's true.
tips I've been given, right? Ways to be a better performer, a better magician. It's just thanks to the community. Like, the things you learn from other people that are more experienced than you or that have different ideas, because everyone's different. Everyone's got their own
Yeah.
mindset, right? It's why we attend lectures, right? Because, it's not always about learning the tricks. It's also about, like, learning how their mind works, because they know what they're doing, supposedly. So
Yeah.
after that, it took me a while to figure that out. But once I did, it just clicked. And I decided, okay, I was like that. I'm sure there's other people like me, right? And that's why I focus on younger magicians, because most of them felt like me. But anyone
Yeah.
that gets into magic, you want to show them how to get into magic and help them as much as I could. So hopefully that kind of gives you guys and gives
Yeah,
you
no, that's great.
an idea.
That's great. And I love that you were thinking of this, especially at 14. And you're so right about the not knowing what magic, like, to me, I wasn't in magic. 4 years ago, I had no idea anything existed in magic. I thought magic was something that, like, you got lucky and you might have learned a trick from an uncle. But, like, when there was, like, magic shops and all that, like, I knew there would be magic shops in certain, like, locations, like brick and mortar shops, but I thought those were just kind of like,
Yeah.
the fart bag and that. Like, I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
no
yeah.
clue.
Exactly.
No clue.
No.
And it goes
It's
so deep too. It goes so deep. And to me, there's some of the most brilliant minds in all the world in magic. Really,
There
I
really
mean,
are.
it's crazy. How about we play the trailer for
Yeah,
the
let's do that. Let's
society?
do that.
I want
Let's
people to
play the
see it.
trailer. Let's play the trailer, and that will help people kind of get an idea of the basic summary of it,
I
and
just
then we can go
and
into.
I want people to
separate
see how well put together all this is too. It just really
So this
shows.
trailer, this is our new trailer. We just filmed it in August, and I'll introduce you actually right after this trailer, and after talking a little bit about it, and any questions. I think we can open up a little time for questions
Yeah.
after that from the trailer, and after that, I'll introduce you and everyone who's watching to two people that this community also wouldn't exist without.
Got
They
it.
definitely deserve a lot of credit, because I genuinely don't know what I would do without them. And one of them, Tomel, he is the person whose studio we filmed it in, and we try to make it as professional as possible. So I hope everyone enjoys, and you'll recognize a few of the names at the beginning. So, boom.
Perfect. Let's see it.
Everyone from Magic Along Society.
Is an incredible resource. I had an incredible time. Everyone's so supportive, so friendly, so passionate.
The Magic Alon Society is great. I met some of the guys that are part of that society, and they were awesome.
So if you're not a member, please become a member.
That's the place. It's for free, and I will see you there.
Welcome to the Magic Alon Society. I'm Alon, a passionate community builder, and I'm on a journey that has allowed me to create something truly extraordinary.
That's right, the Magic Alon Society is not just a community. It's your second family in Magic and is acknowledged as Magic's most welcoming Magic community.
Since I was younger, the Magic community lacked a comprehensive place filled with everything you need: events, resources, and round-the-clock community help. It was much harder to connect and socialize, but now we present to you the Magic Alon Society. We've designed a platform that's easily accessible on your web browser or a convenient mobile app. No matter where you are, you can connect with like-minded individuals and experience a world of magic. Imagine a place where you can find everything you need to elevate your magic journey. Inside the Magic Alon Society, we host a variety of captivating events such as lectures, live sessions, Q&A sessions, guest speakers, and even we host special non-magic events like movie and game nights.
These events foster a vibrant sense of community where you can connect, learn and share magical moments.
And let's not forget our extensive content library. It's a treasure trove of knowledge and inspiration. We offer free downloads, special resources, lectures, and live session replays, high quality courses, discounts, performance clips, unboxing videos, and even incredibly valuable recommendations. Wow! There's so much that I could barely hold my breath.
Every resource you need to master your craft is conveniently located in one place, making it easier for you to access and excel.
We also keep you updated with weekly emails featuring magic news, updates, fun facts, and even the occasional giveaway.
Our team will always be here for you to answer any questions you need, like myself, Tomer, and Joseph, your community managers, as well as Alon, your community founder.
Lastly, some may even say this is the best part. We have an amazing Discord server connected to the community where we always have 24/7 help to anyone on anything magic related or just to have some fun. And we have jams every single Friday where we have amazing magic chats, play awesome games, and give away tons of prizes. Ensure not to miss this. So what are you waiting for? Join the Magic Alon Society today and unlock the magic within.
That's good, man. Hey, you know what? The question: how much does it cost to join the society?
It is zero. It is absolutely
see, that's
free.
crazy because most people would charge for what you're doing. It'd be a 5, a 10, a 15.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the
Awesome,
price, by
man.
the way, that took a lot of consideration because obviously we couldn't make it paid and people might pay, but I really wanted it to be accessible for everyone. And that's like
Yeah.
it. Like genuinely, the only thing at the moment that we have paid is a course to create all of this tech stuff. Other than that,
Yeah.
and we have so many resources which we'll go over. The idea is to help people, right? Like I
Yeah.
said, to get into magic. Things cost money. There's a lot of magic. Magic costs money. A lot of magic costs money.
Yeah.
There's free magic. There's not free magic. There's YouTube. There's gimmicks. There's shops. Whatever. You know. You can see behind me. I have a lot of magic. Magic costs money. It does. You know. But some people that are deciding if they want to get into magic, they don't know what to buy. They don't know. Some people don't even know you can buy. I didn't know magic shop. You mentioned
Same
this,
thing.
right? The magic
Yeah.
shops, right?
I thought somebody was
didn't know.
joking. I thought somebody was joking when they said go to Penguin Magic. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Because you don't know. So to get them to know, we help them out with the free stuff and then they can advance. And that's up to you. And that's the idea. It's really like a starter, but it's not only for a beginner. I also when I say all of this stuff, it sounds like, I don't want it to sound like this community is for beginners at all. We have all skill levels. That's another thing.
Yeah, I can see
everyone
that.
is welcome. It doesn't matter. You're a beginner, intermediate, advanced. We just opened up a new chat for beginners because we noticed at first when we opened up the community, we didn't have many beginners. But as we grow, we noticed some more beginners join. So we open up a beginner chat. We make it accessible for everyone, etc. But Chris, by the way, so I've pinned them here as I hope all of you guys can see. This is amazing. Joseph and Tomil. I've asked them to unmute and maybe they can tell you about their experience as community manager. But just before I say that, who are these two?
Yeah.
Joseph is another incredible young mind. Craig knows him. Lots of you might know him from the Young Magicians Club. He is incredibly talented. He's amazing at what he does, and he helps run practically everything that I can't do, which is a lot. So he's incredible. And then Tom is kind of the adult of the community. He runs he helps us so much when it comes to tech, creating events, running his studio is turned into the Magic Alon Society studio. It's like he's invested into it. So two incredible people, two absolutely incredible people.
Super cool that you have people that will help you like that. And what made you guys believe in the society and want to join up, and like what initially was like, I want to be a part of this?
Joseph, go ahead.
So it was like a year and a half ago, Alon started messaging me on Discord saying, hi, I've got this cool Discord server, we jam every week and stuff, do you want to join? So at first I didn't really know what to expect. I joined it, I thought I might as well, and I joined a jam on a Friday night and I absolutely loved it and came back nearly every week since. And yeah, I've just been loving it. There's so much on there. There's just, it's a really, really great community. It's been great to get to know everyone. The amount of work Alon puts in is just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that too. Definitely just setting this up with him. He's just like that. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really love the concept of having a 16-year-old kid running a magic community. I don't think there's any other magic community run by someone this young, In the entire magic community, thousands of magicians, like dozens of forums and Discord servers and shops and all kinds of communities related to content, unrelated to content, from Europe, from I don't know where, from the Middle East, wherever you go, you never find somebody like Alon. And I find it very, very special. And his personality is actually attracting a lot of people to join and sign up because there's something about him. I don't know.
It's magnetic.
His energy is so engaging.
I did not tell him to say this. I promise that.
I
Okay,
haven't
I
been
promise.
paid to say anything. No. I'm really speaking my mind here. And I think what he's doing, he's been here just for one evening performing for the Israeli Society of Magicians in Tel Aviv. And wow, they were in shock. The responses by professional magicians seeing him on stage, so much charisma, so much self-confidence, and so I think these are qualities necessary for a community leader, which is him.
Thank you.
No, that's great. I can see how magnetic he is when it comes to
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. So that's cool that you have support like that from these people that believe in you, which has to drive you.
That kind of brings another point, Chris, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt, but this could be an interesting thing to say. Having a team is so it's really interesting because you can either have a team or not. For example, the Netrix has you, right? That's kind of, Craig can't do it all by himself. I can't do it all by myself. And when it comes, and this is the point I'm making, is running a community, and you mentioned this, I think, at the very start, is hard. It's hard to manage. It's hard to manage. There's a lot, especially the more you grow. And I know the Netrix has this too, because you eventually have so many people joining every once in a while, every few days, every day, whatever. And, you have to fulfill it. You have to. So Craig always has to continue making content, and he does such an amazing job out of it, bringing new people. Because, eventually you say to yourself, oh, who am I going to bring? I'm running out of ideas. But you have to keep doing it, and that's the time and effort you have to put in. Creating all the, the graphics. You always have to edit stuff. You always have to keep finding stuff, because that's when the community dies. And we talked about this. So it is nice to have a team, and when you find a team, you need to know that they're as passionate as you. And I for me, it was just, I don't know if it was luck or something, but I just knew that I want to work with these people. I just knew it. I never, I didn't have to do any I just knew it, and it's a really important thing. So you need
and the team's important, man. Like Craig has a crazy team behind him. Like when I was doing the Netrix stuff, the Discord stuff, setting it up, his team was the one helping me throughout all of it, and they were it showed how good they were. You know what I mean? And because of how good they were, it allows Craig to do what he wants to do.
Totally.
And I can see the team you have here is awesome. I mean, not even here. I can see it in the Discord. I can see it in just how everything's put together. And like you said earlier, having different minds doing something, I think is great. Like if I'm creating something, I might think I have it's down, it's ready to go. I show it to a friend, and the next thing you know, it's nowhere near done. It's because that one idea that they're making to it is going to change everything, and it's a good idea, and you put your ego aside, you put all of that, and you make what's the best creation or the best thing that you're doing. Or I think that's important,
because at the end of
you
the
can
day,
see the excitement that they have, these guys.
Exactly. Because a community is all about the people. Literally, the thing that runs a community is the people. Like, there is no community without people. That's literally the definition of community, as the bottom line of it. That's just what it is. And if you don't have, you can have this is the truth, that you can have 1 million people, but if 10 of them are chat every day out of 1 million, right? I'm just over exaggerating it. That's not good, right? That's the general idea. And even if you're watching this and you either join a community or not, you need to think, why am I joining the community? What's my purpose? Right? And that's important.
I feel like everyone needs to feel equal. I feel like that's the most one of the most important things for me is people feel equal. I mentioned it earlier, no cliques, no like hierarchy, no like these are the top guys and these are the ones, because then people feel like they can't speak. Because listen, it's hard for people that don't get on camera, that like if you're doing a contest and they got to do a trick, it's really hard for somebody to get up on that camera and film something that isn't used to it. I mean, that is extremely hard. And I know you probably have people in your community that might be struggling with it, but you guys like help with that stuff, and I think that's great.
Yo, we literally like ironically, we just had for example, a new member that joined yesterday, because we had a jam yesterday, and I'm the one who has to go, or Joseph or Tom, and they write in the chat, someone's like, okay, I'm new, this was what they said, I'm new to this community, I see you have a jam, but I don't want to join because I don't really like performing or having my camera on. And instead of us replying, we had another community member, because how supportive they are, and that they write a message like, listen, you don't need to worry, you don't even need your camera on, you can use the chat, and trust me, after 2 free jams, you'll realize how supportive everyone are, because I don't think we have a single member for now that's like ever not supported it. Like, everyone is truly so supportive. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, the thing is if you create that environment, the person that wants to be the ass or whatever, they're gonna less likely do that, because then they're just gonna look like
they're 10 times worse already.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they don't want to be the one to like break that. Now, I want to ask your team there a question each. They can answer in any order. What is something that you are most excited about the future of the society?
Well, we meet so many new people all the time, and they show us their routines. They show us what they love in magic, and we inspire one another, because we bring new ideas to the table. And this is so cool to look from a different perspective on something you already know. And people show us they're participating in contests around the world and their achievements, and we're all part of it. And we're giving advice and tips. And it's really feeling like we're building something together, and we're not just consuming content, That's what I really like about it. And I think that's why it will continue growing, because everybody needs like a second family, I think, in this case, in this genre of magic. And I think this community serves that goal perfectly.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I like that. Yeah, just growing on that and making that better. That's great. That's really important. What is your answer?
So I do not know what's going to happen in the future of the society. I know it's going to be some good things, because we're definitely on the right tracks. I am most excited just to see what happens with it, because I think there is so much potential in there, so much that it's already doing. I'm just excited to see kind of how big we can get it, how many members we can get, how many, who knows, maybe we'll get someone from every country in the world at one point. I'm just excited to see where we go with it.
Great.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, I think you hit on something that was important too, is you can have 10 million members, but I would rather have the 10 that are dedicated, that are nice to each other.
Yeah.
And I know you guys focus on that,
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned lectures.
So
can we have
yeah, let's do it. Let's
how do we pronounce it? Tomel.
Yes.
Tell us about the lectures that are coming up.
Wow.
Oh
we
my
have
gosh.
so many people we're discussing with to join us on this adventure and give us a couple of hours of their time to enrich us with new routines, new ideas. And some of them are really my favorites for years and years. And I'm telling you, I would never have thought that one day I would be speaking to, this A-list, the top magicians in this community, wanting to perform and lecture for us in any kind of shape or form. And I'm so lucky to be part of this amazing project. we have so many people lined up to lecture. The only question is whether Alon is already willing to reveal those names because he likes suspense. I know this guy. So I'm not sure it's best to answer you.
I know how to do this. Let's do this. Actually, I think it will work better, Chris, if I do the thing where I mentioned at the start. I'll kind of do a mini tour of the community.
Yeah, do that.
And when we get to the events bit, I can show actually who's lecturing.
Now
and you're a big part of it, Chris. You know that.
And there's one name that we cannot mention.
Yeah.
You know the name.
They're not even on these guys.
Okay.
These.
Okay.
So, like,
Okay.
Don't worry about that. I can tell you about who we 100% know is coming.
Yeah. Go.
And this will be the first time, actually. So everyone who is here and watching this, this is like, oh, who's here?
Somebody unmuted.
He's excited.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but let's just do that. All right. So let's do kind of a mini tour of the community. See, I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Why is my Zoom looking like that? Okay, there you go. Okay, let's do this. So this is how the community looks like. Oh, Chris, are you there?
Is camera off or he's
Chris is gone.
Here? What happened to his connection?
Chris?
Joseph asked him, you should tell him to turn it off and on again, but he's not
turn
here.
it off and on again.
Oh no,
It's already off, I think. But what about the on part, Joseph? You see, these people, they always forget about the on part.
Yeah.
They're only good with the off.
Oh God.
That's horrible.
Wait, let me check. He's probably gonna have to cut this out in the recording. We were just getting to the interesting bit.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
I know. Sorry.
Oh,
you know what happened is my phone did like an emergency alert thing. It was weird. It just kicked me out.
Worries.
Yeah. So do your thing. Even if we don't cut it out, it's fine. Do your thing.
It's fine. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me pin you and see if I can do this and put you on screen still. Or nope, never mind. Okay, I'll just put my camera here. There you go.
Yeah, do it. You're good.
This is what you see when you first join the community. So this is like the page you'll see if you join, guys, on this link. And as you can see at the moment, it's 499 members, and you can actually read through. So there's some information, but you could see. So we also send out emails, and you might have heard it in the trailer. We do send out emails once in a while to alert. Here you go, interview with Chris James for the Netrix. So we talk about our events. Then you can see our events. Oh, this went to a thing. You can see all the content we have, which I'll show you in the community. But once you're in, and here's an important point, by the way, and I will clarify this just quickly right now. Oh, Chris, there you go. Let me put you on screen. Why is technology, Chris? Where is Chris?
Infinity Alon.
Infinity Alon. That's how obsessed I am with myself. No, that's not true. I'm not. Okay. Oh, because my back's okay. Whatever. Don't worry. Let's just go on here, and then we'll fix tech later.
Yeah.
So this is an important point that when it comes to people joining, sometimes, occasionally, and it's only happened I think twice with us, luckily, someone might find our community and a layman, they're not a magician, they join. So it's hard to know if someone's a magician or not. Sometimes you don't know because it's a free community. Anyone can join, that is what I'm saying. And some people might just join because we have free downloads or whatever, which we'll talk about, that they want to find out how something works or whatever, and I don't like that. So we kind of have a mini security system that lets us know if they're a magician. It just asks you a few questions. With Facebook, right? How you have to manually admins accept. So it's kind of like that. We accept members one by one. So we really handpick members, and 99% of the time we accept you. We know all magicians are welcome. It's just if you're not a magician at all. So beginners, they can join. So either way, I just wanted to make that clear. So once you join, this is kind of what you see. You can join the Discord here, and you can connect, and it gives you a chance to find the Discord server, which I'll show you later. Here's all the announcements. But let's go to the event. So I said the three most important things are the chat, the events, and the content. So let's go to one of them. Currently, next week, for example, one of the amazing names we are bringing up is Eric Stevens, an incredible creator. Many people know who Eric is. He's doing a lecture next Saturday. So that's incredible, called The Little Things. And I'm really, really excited. We managed to get him on. Before that, ever since then, we've had people like Joseph, who's one of our community managers. So we gave him a chance to do a lecture about stage magic, which is incredible. I will talk about our other events types later. We had a mentalism lecture. We had a card magic lecture. But these names, probably many of you guys won't know them. And here's a thing. Here's a thing, Chris.
Yeah.
From now, actually, so Eric Stevens is starting off our chain of like really cool magicians. But everyone who's lectured for us before, they're members of our community, and we had like, you know, we let them apply if they want to lecture, and we selected people, like not everyone, but we did. And the reason I did that is because when you see lectures nowadays, people love attending it when they hear the name. Oh my gosh, it's I don't know, it's Banachek is lecturing right now. That's just the first person that for some reason came to my mind. And you know, oh my gosh, I can't wait. But then there's smaller, like people that are, I don't know, they're really good at magic. They have a lot they can share, but people don't know about them. And I really, really, really want to give people that chance. So I did. And we selected people based on calls. We had one-on-ones manually with Tom and Joseph, and we picked people that genuinely seem interested, our own community members, people that they haven't heard their names. And we try to help them, because that's like really, really important to help those people. And we hosted them. We gave them the chance to do a lecture. And people loved it. People learned things that other people don't, because everyone's different. Everyone has a different mindset. They might not be a big creator, but who cares? Because they're still able to maybe like, you know, teach something. So we did that. We tried that out, and it was amazing. So that's just something I agree.
I think that the best talent in all of magic is hidden behind the camera. They're in their room, they're in there. I really believe that some of these people that don't show a lot of their stuff it's incredible. Some of the stuff that gets sent to me, that's just somebody just, hey, check this out, and I'm like, dude, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Exactly. Awesome. So I was talking about our events. So we have a few really cool names, and that's the idea, right? So Chris, we were talking about the fact that giving everybody the opportunity, right, to people who are the ideas, and I think that was mentioned in the recording. So I think I'm gonna announce, and no one has heard this yet. That's what I was saying. So if you're watching this now, this is completely like for the first time I'm announcing some of the people that we have lecturing. So we're starting off. After Eric Stevens, we have someone lecturing that he might not be as familiar to some people, but we're doing a completely different style of lecture. Instead of just magic tricks, it's about the business side of magic and how to get more gigs. And his name is Ashley Green, and he's incredible. He has his own community about how business side of magic. So that's really exciting. After him, thanks to the amazing Chris right here, we have someone absolutely incredible, a mentalist that lots of you guys will know. Probably if you are into magic, then you might have, you know, his tricks, David Jonathan. And that is super exciting to have the ability of David Jonathan coming to lecture. And that's all I say till now, because that's till the end of the year, which we're super excited for David. He's got an incredible lecture. So that's kind of the people, and we keep trying to get more people on all the time to lecture and give everybody the opportunity. And our lectures are really cool. So we have, as you see, the tech is incredible. We have all these cool stuff. We make sure everything's engaged. The questions are very organized. We rarely have, you know, a problem with that. The lectures last between, I would say, 2 hours. We had 2 mentalism lectures. It's mentalism, okay? That would lasted 3 hours. So it's totally different all the time. But lots of communities have lectures, right? Like lots of lectures is a common thing in magic. It's a huge thing. So again, we're thinking, how can we be unique? How can we be creative and a little bit different? So we came up with, and actually this is a thing that already exists, but the way we're using it in magic is a little different. The idea of this event type called a live session. And what live sessions are Really, really unique. It's really simple. Imagine a lecture and a magic jam together. How does that work? We choose one topic. And I'll give you examples of the live sessions we've had in magic. One thing only. Because in lectures, they usually teach a bunch of things, okay? But we just choose one topic in magic. And whether it's a tool, a magic trick, whatever. And we teach it. Someone teaches it, our host. So far, I've hosted them. We would, etc. That's what a live session is, and we focus on that one topic. We teach it, we perform it, and then we get to the sessioning part. And the sessioning part is kind of a mini jam, which we split up into. So we start gathering ideas all together. Everybody that's in the event live, we gather ideas, but only for that specific thing we're teaching. And then we actually ask people live to use those ideas and actually perform them. And I'll give you an example. Our very first live session was about progressive anagrams. And I'm going to open it up right now on my screen. So let's put it here. Yeah, you can see it with Chris. This was our live session. It was about progressive anagrams. And not many people know what progressive anagrams are, but they are an incredibly underused mentalism tool. We try to find things that are unique, not like the double lift, okay? Something that people might have not heard of. Show them what it is. And after it, the amount of people that actually started performing progressive anagrams was incredible because of the ideas people came up with. In the live sessions, I would say the best ideas come up with for specific things because, like, I don't know, people came up with ways to hide or create multiple outs with progressive anagrams and combine it with things we wouldn't have ever came up with if this event didn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So that's just the idea of a live session, and they just work really nice. We had
it's really cool. It's a way of getting people into something that they didn't even know existed or don't know a lot about, and then now they're doing it, and I like that a lot. Now, let me ask you, I feel like people that were watching, if they want to know about the society, they know enough now to where to join and all the stuff that's offered. And I saw proof, the amazing team you have behind you with some of the little things that happened. And I got a emergency call, it kicked me out, all that stuff. I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
What makes you sad in the magic industry right now?
Listen, I feel like there's so much. The magic community in itself is 90% of the time, and this is just me, and this is probably wrong, but for my eyes, it's always positive. It's always good.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I see incredible things, whether it's a new magic trick, whether it's something new. But then there's just those times where some things just don't click. And we all know, you know, the magic drama is, it's so weird. You wouldn't expect this in magic, in the niche of magic, that there'd be so much drama. Like, who would expect that to be the niche where there's like a lot of drama in, right?
I know.
And I'm not gonna name the drama, but it's always happening, right, Chris? It's just always happening. And we see it. I mean, and I'm happy Craig does actually something about it, that he addresses the things. And but you know, the fact that this drama happens, it can discourage people, right? I know people that they enter magic and then they leave it, or they don't, or they're about to enter magic but then they decide not to leave it because of things like drama. But that's like, most drama is things for already people who are into magic. Then there's things like, you know, exposure, which I just saw the Justin Miller interview. Oh my gosh, the points there were incredible, and I totally agree with everything Justin said, 100,000,000%, because there's just some things when it comes to exposure that, again, it's wrong, and you know, it's hard to fight it, it's hard to battle it, but
and that's why he's bringing it into his own hands and teaching teaching his stuff himself, which is
the correct
great,
way,
you know,
the correct way.
Now, I asked you this question because I had a feeling that would be your answer, the first answer you gave. And it's important because that drama doesn't exist in your society. It just doesn't.
No.
You don't allow it. It's not there. I don't even think you even have to, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you ever even had to like warn people? Like, I feel like you create an environment to the point where it's just kind of people just know like this isn't going to be.
I mean, in the 2 years, maybe once or twice, but it
Yeah.
never that big. Listen, the thing is that like you said, we build the environment to look the way it is. We built it to be a welcoming place. We build it to be a place where everybody feels like they can say stuff like that is appropriate at least. And it just gets to a stage where everybody just, they all know the goal. It's magic. They all know that we are all here to help each other. And at the end of the day, it's like one of the best things you can do to minimize that. Obviously, when the community gets, 1,000 members, maybe it will happen. But regardless, we don't know what will happen. But I think if we continue using the ways, and any magic community should do this, by just being nice, nice and following that structure, nothing should happen. And that's how you minimize drama. That's how you minimize exposure. That's how you minimize anything. It doesn't matter. Being
nice can go a long way. Exactly. Treating people with respect can go a long way. It's funny that you mentioned that you wouldn't think that drama would exist in the magic world. And it's crazy too, because I didn't think, okay, there's probably a community out there where they build teddy bears. You don't think in the teddy bear building world, people have drama, but they're probably, I don't know. But in magic, it's like the least. I always picture it like happy people, like because they're like doing something that's incredible, and so it is sad that it exists. But I'm happy it doesn't exist within your community, and you won't allow it, which is important. Now, I know there's a couple who have a couple questions. You want to? I think they need their mic on. They said, or it's in the chat.
In the chat or.
Somebody already said they wanted to ask a question.
They're not here anymore.
Okay.
Write your question in the chat or raise your hand and we will bring you up. But if you don't have a question yet, let us know. Let us know if you have a question. Let us know if you don't.
Now you have your team.
Joseph has a question. Oh my god.
Yeah, good. Let's do it.
Let's add in Joseph.
He's part of your team, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hi. So we've spoken a lot kind of about events and things. If you had to choose one event that we've held that was your favorite, what would you say?
Joseph, that's tough. That is tough. But the answer is really simple because all our events are different. So obviously I'm not going to name a single specific one. But they're all different. We try to be so different. Like, we've had so far, and we've had a lot of events, but not like a load, other than the weekly jams that happen every single week. And even the jams are always different, like always. So we've had a stage magic lecture by you, Joseph. We had a card magic lecture. We had 2 mentalism lectures. We're having a business side of lectures soon. Then we're going back to mentalism. Then we're going back to this. Then we have all the live sessions, which are always different because the topics are different. So I could be like biased because maybe I'm a mentalist. I like mentalism that's my style of magic. So I love mentalism lectures. But the card magic lecture, for example, that we had performed incredible with the amount of people who attended because that might show we have more card magicians in the community. So I can't name a specific one, but I'm so proud of how, varied and unique every, type of event we have that in the end of the day, it's just great. It's just great.
Yeah, great question. It's hard to pick, I know. I'm excited for the David Jonathan one because he can lecture, man. Woo! He can lecture. That guy can lecture. Yeah.
He's done it.
Yeah, no, it's whatever. So I wanted to bring your other team member up real quick.
Yes.
Okay. So someone's watching this right now and they're still maybe on the fence. They haven't joined the community. Talk to that person and talk to them why you believe in your heart that person should go and sign up for the community.
Well, the message is so simple. If you are on the look for inspirational people, for people of all ages, of all countries, of all genres, if you're looking to be part of something and not just discover your own way in magic all by your own, and do it together with amazing people We're always here to help you out, no matter what the subject is about. If it's the business side or if you're stuck on a routine, then we have a 24/7 Discord server. We have lots of contents, lots of resources completely free. And you can even buy merchandise and support us and support yourself and become part of the amazing community that we are. This is all without any kind of like profit intention. All right. We just want to really bring people together and have a good time and spend time together in various events, to meet up at Blackpool together, feel like a true community. And I think this is a great place to go to. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tony.
Great answer. And I love hearing that. So if you're watching, go join the community at this point. You can't lose anything. You can't lose anything.
Yeah.
You actually mentioned the Discord, by the way. I have these slides here, these little slides from a presentation that ages ago. This looks complicated. You look at it being complicated, but let me explain why. I mean, the Netrix also has a lot of channels, and actually every single competition. But you, Chris, can tell everyone the same thing. It's important to be organized, right? And when you have a Discord, because Discord, in my opinion, is kind of the best chat platform for this, because you have so many fields in Magic, so you want to hit them all. So we have our Magic types organized. We have channels where people can share stuff, and people are always sharing stuff. People are promoting themselves because we want them to. We want to give everyone that chance. And then we have all these channels like for games and fun stuff, and then we have the weekly jams, which we have every Friday. And on our jams, by the way, this is something important. What you talk about the jams is that, again, we want it to be different. How can we make our jams different to just, coming in and talking? Because we share ideas and stuff. I know we have a person here, Guy. He's here. His favorite saying about our community is, he always says this: the jams, every single jam you join, he learns something new. And that's something I love hearing from members, because there's always something brand new, something you learn, right? So we have good chats, but then we also play games. We also try and make it, and still about Magic, but we also don't want to only have it about Magic. I know Craig mentioned this in his video about why the Magic community is dying, that, when you join a Magic community, if they're, you advertise yourself as a Magic community, but you're only talking about football, then that's not a Magic community. But you should still not only be Magic 24/7. You should still mention other stuff. So we liked, we have non-Magic related things. We have the games. This is fun. Chris, I don't know if you know. Try and guess what full on means. Trying to give it a little guess.
Full on game. Good Lord. Weekly Kahoot, full on. I don't know. Or wait.
I'll stop.
Maybe they got to fool you.
Ooh, you're getting there. Exactly. So me and Joseph, that's our goal. We're like acting like Penn and Teller, like fool us, right? Yeah. And my name is Alon, so fool us, Alon. It just clicked. It just it clicked. I don't know why. It sounds good. And the idea is like a Penn and Teller style game, where this is just you can perform Magic on a jam. That's what you're supposed to do if you want to. But we added an extra layer. If you want to, you can perform and try and fool us. That's up to you. Like, if you want us to try and figure out how it's done. And then we code it. We actually do Penn and Teller style. And, they win or not, they get a prize if they do. And it's just a bunch of fun. Something new that other people don't really do.
I love that.
Yeah. We do
I love that. That's really, really cool. That's a great idea.
And then you get the trophy. Full-on trophy.
That's so cool. I think it was
oh, that's Evil Thomas.
he came back, but then he left. JM, he wanted to ask a question, but it's okay. So it was John Miller, I think, but he's gone again.
No.
That's all right. I just wanted to see if he was there for the question. So I think we're nearing the end. I think we got all the information out there for you. I think it's important. I know it's Craig definitely wants people to see this. I know these things are important to him, for sure. Get it, with Ryland and all that, the younger magicians, the community that do this kind of stuff. I mean, that's what Craig does on Magic TV, is you try to create that community of people, right?
Exactly.
And so basically I just want to end it with you speaking about same thing I asked before, kind of, but the person watching, you know,
Yeah.
get them to join, you know, that's it. Just what you're excited about, anything like that. Just
Love, yeah.
just a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
paragraphs, few sentences,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll end
yeah.
it.
100%. Oh, look, there's hearts over your screen. There you go. They're loving it. Well, first of all, Chris, I would like to say the biggest thank you in the world for this opportunity and just giving me the chance to, you know, talk about my passion, really. Because other than Magic, even though this is a Magic community, the ability of running a community is a whole other thing. And
Yeah.
it's like the biggest accomplishment I've done so far. I'm so proud of it. And it's just such an important thing. And it makes me just like in awe to see people actually care about this stuff. And the opportunity you gave me, and for, you know, Craig additionally, and everyone,
Yeah.
really. So thank you forever. I'm really thankful. I couldn't be any more. But if you're watching now and you've watched this whole thing and you kind of understood, you know, the events we have, why I do what I do, you know, who our team is, all of that stuff, the content we have, everything, you know, you get a lot. But the number one thing, and I said this, when it comes to community, it's a sense of belonging. It's a place where you're surrounded by people that love the same thing as you do. And there's no other way I can put this, but you love Magic, join a Magic community. And you don't have to join ours. You can join us. It's not a bad one. I would appreciate that. But find a place where you can say, these people want to support me and I want to support them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best terms I can end this. I don't know how else I can better phrase this other than that. So definitely be a part of a Magic community. Like, if you're watching right now, that's it. Join a Magic community. If you're not part of one, and a Facebook group can count only if they fit that criteria set. But think about it. Is it really a community? Do I feel welcome here? If not, join an actual one. So there you go. Thank you.
It's great, man. And Joseph said something. He joined out of curiosity. I can't read the whole thing, but in the chat,
I stayed because it is amazing. Even if you're a little bit curious, give it a go.
Yeah. If you're somebody there that's feeling, and you're in a Magic community, you're feeling, because I've been there. This is the whole reason you started this. And you're feeling like, I can't show the community, I can't show them this because people are going to rip it apart and they're going to make me feel bad about it. And leave that community, because that's just not good. Constructive criticism is one thing. Getting help on things is one thing. But if you're showing, and every time you show something, it's like, nope, do it this way. This isn't the right way. You're not doing it right. And you're feeling like that, they're doing something wrong to make you feel that way. You shouldn't, even if you are doing it wrong, they shouldn't make you feel bad about it. I think it's important. There's a way to approach that and to help people. You don't have to be mean about it. And if you're getting that, you won't grow in that community. Regardless, if you, like he said, if you join Alon Society or any, just join one where you feel like you can actually, if you haven't grown in a matter of a month, if something like that, learn, then it might not be the right fit for you where you're joining. You need to grow, you know, that's what you're doing.
Couldn't be said better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that's important. So thank you for joining me today. I was excited for this.
Thank you to you, Chris. Thank you so much.